Speaking of low qualifiers, this blue car with the number 2 on the side is Gary Beck. Gary Beck owns the 4 quickest elapsed times in drag racing history. The all-time quickest coming this year at the U.S. Nationals at 5.48 seconds.
His competition in the far lane is Frank Bradley, a former Winter Nationals champion. Bradley out of Napa, California, turned pro a few years ago. Gary Beck, driving the Larry Minor owned and operated car, is regarded former 2-time national champion. He is the former world champion, was number 2 in the world last season, and regarded by many as one of the premier drivers in the sport.
This is the burnout. It is all important for the Top Fuel dragsters and the funny cars. You see the tires grow as Gary Beck puts the hammer down to heat up these 18-inch wide tires, make them hot, sticky, and also to lay down a hot path of rubber on the racetrack. The car is backed up in stage in those burnout tracks.
They use a puddle of water to start the burnout, something just to break the tires loose. It looks like a crewman working on Frank Bradley's car, but I guess everything's okay because here comes Gary Beck into the staging beams. This is the quickest Top Fuel dragster in the world, the car of Gary Beck.
Hey, David, the front wheel has come off of Frank Bradley's car. The left front wheel rolled right off of the car, Bradley crossing the center line, which automatically disqualifies him. Gary Beck will win the race at 5.69, 245 miles an hour. And here you can see the front wheel is gone.
Just off the car completely, and Frank Bradley bringing the car to a safe stop. As we watch again, you see both cars coming off the starting line. A great start for Bradley. And then all of a sudden, some vibration sets in, and there's the wheel rolling off across the track behind Gary Beck's car.
There was no unusual abuse on the front end whatsoever. It just came off.
Our next pair of cars into the water and then out with smoking tires.
In the far lane is John Kimble of Compton, California. Here you see John, a trucking company operator in the local Southern California area. He is up against a machine shop owner from the Northwest Portland, Oregon, Big Jim Bernard, who has traveled this entire 12-event circuit this year and has done quite well performance-wise, but just has not quite well enough, David.
His crew chief, Lee Beard, in checking over the car. I tell you, this has been rather surprising car to a lot of people this season because Bernard normally races up in the Northwest, but he decided, let's go on tour this year, and he has surprised a lot of people.
All right, Kimble is away from the mark first, but suddenly we see oil, and then the oil is ignited by the header flames. A brief fire. Kimble is okay and shuts it off. Bernard wins it at 581, 238 miles an hour, but that's what 12 quarts of drag racing oil looks like on fire.
That's right. As the engine expired in John Kimble's car, you could just see the smoke coming out of it. This is Shirley Muldowney, and the results of this next race could have a definite bearing on the world champion title. She's currently leading, but the driver of this car, Mark Oswald, driving for Candies and Hughes, has a mathematical chance of catching her. Mark, taking over the driving chores this season, is matched up here in the first round against Joe Amato from Old Forge, Pennsylvania, a racer that has converted from alcohol-style racing to Top Fuel with great success.
Amato here with the chrome roll bar. Now we'll get a look at the famed Candies and Hughes car. This is the last event ever, they say, for this car. They are retiring from Top Fuel Racing. Got to go to the funny cars. It is the world record holder at 256 miles an hour. That's in the near lane, Mark Oswald.
And it appeared to be a bit of a hole shot for Joe Amato, and he is holding on to the lead and extending it, and what an upset. Joe Amato defeating Mark Oswald in the first round, and that gives the World Championship win to Shirley Muldowney. Steve?
I'm very proud. I'm very, very happy. The car had a lot to do with it. You know, Pioneer had a lot to do with it, but the people that build and maintain the car, Ron, Pat, my son John, they are in really a class by themselves.
What an upset. Joe Amato defeats Mark Oswald. Oswald now out of the running for the World Championship. Shirley, the Winston World Champion for the third time.
And David, now that Shirley has that Winston $40,000 worth of bonus money in her purse, now she'll contest for the event title worth another $25,000. The pink car, the Pioneer Stereo Special. She'll be up against the runner-up for the event title here 1 year ago, Dwight Salisbury, in the Whiting and Markley car from Washington State.
In the near lane, it is Shirley, but this is Dwight Salisbury, regarded by many as one of the best on the starting line. But of course, Shirley is the premier Top Fuel dragster driver in the world today. And here at the World Finals, she is just proving it again as she leaves ahead of Dwight Salisbury.
She's running away from him, David. 5.72, 248 miles an hour. The crew in celebration.
Oh, look at the bright pink balloons going up over Orange County International Raceway here in Irvine, California, as the Southern California crowd treated to some exciting racing as Shirley Muldowney climbs out of her car, a first-round victor. She has a shot at this event title.